What is your name and occupation?
My name is Mark Peterson, and I am a freelance graphic designer.
What initially attracted you to graphic design?
Art. I've always been interested in art, and I'm particularly interested in geographic designs such as squares, grids, various grids, asymmetrical, symmetrical, and I always liked putting things together according to those designs, and found that graphic design does quite a bit of that.
All right. What made you decide to go with freelance?
The ability to work at the convenience of my own home, the ability to be my own boss, do what I want, take time off when I need to, work when I need to, whether that's in the morning or at night. It doesn't matter. I don't have to be anywhere for anybody's schedule other than my clients' deadlines.
Oh, okay. How do you go about finding clients?
Various ways. A lot of it is networking groups. Going out into the public to various networking groups where people assemble from various occupations, meet maybe once a week, and exchange ideas and exchange interests and what they can do for each other, helping each other's business grow. And I do a lot of that, find a lot of clients that way, making sure that they need what my services are, such as logos, websites, things that help their business grow.
What do you charge for a basic design?
Well, basic logo will typically be, see this one I need to start over. A basic logo design includes, wait a minute, can you stop it for a minute?
It's fine, dude.
You just do, okay. Read this. A basic logo design that includes one element of the company tied into the logo usually costs about $325 to begin with, and costs can exceed that depending on the time that I spend and the client's expectations.
Okay. How much time does that usually take?
It typically takes for a basic logo approximately 7 hours of actual work time on the computer, or drawing the initial logo based on either client concepts or things that I've studied about their businesses and ideas that I have gathered from their well, I didn't have that one worked out very well. Let me start over. It usually takes about 7 hours.
Oh,
Stop laughing.
I'm sorry.
I'm trying to be serious here. Okay.
I have no idea why it's doing that.
Okay, here we go. It usually takes about 7 hours for a basic logo design. That includes, did I already do that? No, I didn't. Okay, I'm going to keep this one short. It usually takes about 7 hours from basic concepts and design to final product.
Okay. And what are some of the more advanced things that you design?
Packaging. Packaging is one of the more advanced items that I design for. What makes it so difficult is that you're not only designing something flat, you're designing something that wraps around a three-dimensional object. And so when you design something that wraps around a three-dimensional object, you have to take into consideration twists and turns, bends, angles. If it's made from if a box, say, is made from one sheet of corrugated cardboard, and they fold that into a box, but it has to have the design on the box. You have to know where it's being folded. You have to know which side of that product is going to be up, and have to turn your logo or your product design accordingly.
How long does something like that usually take?
That takes quite a bit longer depending on the product. If it is a soft product, such as clothing design wrap, it can take multiple hours trying to get the logo and the client's design in the right position. If it's just a box,
we're going to have to start over on that one, just because of all this.
Oh, let me see what I can. Hang on.
Yeah.
If you want to stop for just
Yeah.
a minute. I'm gonna get them out of
Okay.
Okay. Well, where did we leave off?
We were on how long the number 9.
Number 9. Okay. Oh, you want me to just answer?
Yeah, just go ahead and answer. I've already, it's basically I'm gonna just put it all together.
Okay. All right. I see.
Yeah.
Let me get back into this. Okay. On a regular shaped box, it doesn't take very long at all. It just depends on how the product is wrapped around the packaging. That came out wrong. How the product is wrapped, how packaging is wrapped around the product. Okay, here we go. Oh, we let something in.
There's a fly.
Yeah, they come in every once in a while. They open the garage. Okay. Regain my composure. This that threw me off. Okay.
There's a reason they want me taking as much footage as they do.
Yeah. There's. Okay, that threw me off. Here we go. Okay. On number 9. On a regular shaped box, it doesn't take very long at all. It's just turning the design to match the angle of the corners. However, when it's on something like a food package that is made of plastic, it takes a little bit longer depending on how that plastic is going to be displayed, whether it's on its side or whether it is upright. You have to do a little more figuring and calculating of how to wrap that around.
How many design jobs do you usually take on at a time?
I take on as many as possible. When it's logos, I can take on 3 or 4 at a time. Logos don't take very long to design. The longest part is actually coming up with a concept. However, when it gets into be a complicated project such as a web design, those usually take 2 weeks or more to complete. And so I take on fewer web design projects at a time than I would if it was just a design for an advertisement or a logo.
When working with a new client, do you usually meet in person or talk over the phone?
I have a 2-tiered qualification process. The first communication that I got to do this again.
Okay.
I have a 2-tiered qualification process. The first is over the phone. Speaking with the client, ask them a few questions to qualify their interest, qualify their I need a new word.
Take your time. I can cut this.
No, I'm just trying to think of the word. I know what it is. In reality, I've just never had to explain it. It's like seriousness. What's the other word for that? How serious they are. Yeah, the commitment, conviction. Okay, here we go. All right. I have a 2-tiered qualification process. The first is over the phone. I ask the client a couple questions and find out how serious they are about their inquisition into my services, and also find out how committed they are to actually completing this project. Then the second tier is actually meeting with them in person and asking them more in-depth questions, finding out more detail about their project, what would be involved, how much time it will take, what the cost will be, the amount of hours that I would spend, the amount of hours and work that they would put into it. And when we go through all of that, we usually find out by the end of that process whether the client wants to go through with the project or whether or not I am going to... Stupid fly. Sorry. Do I need to start that whole thing over again?
You don't need to start. We can go from whether or not.
It's going to look funny because I just moved.
It doesn't necessarily have to be on camera. It can just be voiceover.
Oh, good. Okay. So you'll just find it.
Exactly.
Okay. Here we go. Here we go. Whether or not to continue with the project, and I had something else. No. Whether or not to continue with the project. Okay, that's it.
Okay. All right. I'm hearing jingling.
Oh, hang on just a second before you turn on. Did you turn on?
Yeah, it's on. It's
Okay.
Not a big deal, dude.
All right. Okay, I'm trying to get a little bit ahead so I know where I'm going with all this.
Just remember, dude. Like this is getting cut down to like a 3 to 4 minute video.
Yeah, I know, but he wants 20 minutes of video. I mean, you're going to send this in, right, on Monday?
I'm probably going to send this in tomorrow.
Well, tomorrow, okay.
Maybe actually probably Monday because I don't know if we'd have time to do all of the park stuff today.
Well, that's just you, right? That's only going to be B-roll, right? Or do you want
That
me
is
to?
B-roll. I do need you for that though, because you are going to be on camera.
Oh, okay. You're gonna shoot it with me on the bench.
Yeah.
Basically. Okay. Which park did you go to, or are you going? Do you have one in mind?
We can. The one I went to is it's over Beltline and Coit, but we can go to any park.
So basically, this week, all you need is the interview role.
I need the interview. I need openings, which shouldn't be too difficult. I need closings, which once again shouldn't be too difficult. I need establishing shots, which is not that big a deal. I need the interview, and I need B-roll.
Do you need all B-roll then? So
I need as much B-roll as I can get.
So do we need to? Well, but you can do that without me being at that park. I'm just saying when
I can
we
do
do
some
that.
of it without you being there. Yeah.
But you can send that in, right?
Yeah.
And then when you do the final edit, maybe like next week or whatever, we can do the part.
Yeah. I mean, and having actually on this on camera is probably a good thing, because I do know that you've got a lot that you're working on right now. I know that we can shoot the computer stuff over today. That shouldn't be too much of an issue.
Yeah.
But yeah, some park. I need to get some of the park footage done. Like I said, we can do that on Monday if that's better, because I didn't think you would have time today.
Yeah, that would be better on Monday.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm kind of pushing today. What time you got?
I've got 2:36.
Oh, we're not doing too bad then. Okay.
Okay. Okay. So, what kind of complications come up when working with new clients?
One of the most common complications. Let me get this down so I can look up. I'm gonna look up at you.
Go ahead.
Oh, there we go. One of the most common complications arises when a client wants to control too much of the project. When they begin to micromanage everything that I do, wanting to see every little curve, every little line that I make, it begins to get a little complicated, a little bit overbearing. These are the difficult clients. The clients you really have to find a way to tell back off without saying back off.